Ladies and gentlemen. Ugh. Ah. We're not even out of the intro yet.
Departure trajectory locked, Nexus Control. Time for introductions. You must be Ryder, Gallo Jath. A pleasure to be here, and to meet you, of course. I'll be piloting the Tempest at your word. Quite the ship, but it'll take a Pathfinder's guidance to see us through Helios.
Oh yeah, without us, man, this whole mission's doomed. So, yeah. Listen, Kenexcal, you don't want to know. You know that earlier scene where it's like, hey, we have to cut through some red tape or some bureaucracy to get something done? Yeah, so random thought, maybe instead of that stupid scene that has no purpose and point, how about have them, like, going through the red tape while we're doing this? Like, we could just... Okay, anyways.
I'm new to this. Being a Pathfinder, running a ship.
You'll be fine. As for the ship, I can help. I knew the Tempest when she was a blueprint. I was test pilot for the Tempest's early prototypes. I admit, I'm itching to see how she performs out here.
So, how do I...
The console syncs with your implant. Just swipe, touch a destination here, and the nav system calculates everything. Very efficient.
It was optimized for a Pathfinder.
Everything's secure, if you're ready.
Is anyone ready for something this big?
We signed on for the big stuff when we came to Andromeda.
All right. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Command access is transferring successfully.
Or...
Science and monitoring stations look fine. Lexi's reporting in.
Helm is green. Gil reports the drive core is online.
This is it, Ryder. The Tempest is yours, unless you've got something to say for the log.
How many of you can see the really bad... I guess that's anti-aliasing, but the pixelization is really noticeably bad. And the more distant it is, the worse it gets. How many of you are noticing that? Is that just me? Like, it's been very strange.
Things seem bad, but we've already beaten the odds, and we'll beat them again. You know it, I know it, so let's show them what we've got.
Nexus Control, this is the Tempest, ident 2527, prepping to depart.
Bye.
Departure
never heard from
vector
again.
verified, Tempest. Godspeed, Pathfinder.
To Eos, then. What would have been our Habitat 1. 2 failed outposts put an end to that idea. Maybe we can turn things around. Callow, take us in.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make fun of myself for a second, okay? So here's the Helios cluster, right? At the very middle is this giant freaking black hole right there, okay? And every time, and that black hole is visible constantly. And there's this thing. It's a form of signposting, but it's when a game or a show or a movie, it has to be a visual medium, constantly tries to emphasize something as kind of either a visual reminder or a storytelling beat, or just to have it in the back of your head. The moon in Final Fantasy VIII is actually a great example of this. You see the moon constantly, in reflections, or looking up at the night sky, or chatting with other characters, but there's several things where you constantly see, you look up and you see the moon, right? Yeah, the void in Super Paper Mario is another excellent example of this. Hell, even arguably the Eye of Sauron would qualify, or the Majora's Mask in Majora's Mask. So in this game, there's this black hole. It's visible constantly in a huge number of cutscenes, and of course it's right there on the map. Spoilers, it has nothing to do with anything. There's no relevance or significance to that. It's just there.
System Pythias. Andromeda Initiative Habitat 1. Designated EOS.
It
There's
was
the black
supposed
hole.
to be an easy first step. Until no one else showed and we got clobbered. Twice.
Why has Sam altered frequency detection?
What are we hearing, Sam?
There is a signal, Pathfinder. I recommend an immediate examination of EOS.
Can I literally not even select other... So you see it in the background, the black hole? Like I said, it's going to be the backdrop constantly. Yeah, by the way, epilepsy warning, Jesus. Okay.
Anomaly on sensors. Probes launched. Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
You don't have to... Okay, we can skip this, but why do we have to keep doing this? We can only skip part of it, too. Everything? We good here? Can we move on? Yeah, I've often wondered if that black hole was supposed to be part of a sequel or a DLC or an expansion or whatever, and obviously that's never happening. You don't have to show me... Thank you. No way this is home. Such a dumb line.
A mirror of the signal on Habitat 7. Possible atmospheric manipulation.
Is that possible?
We'll find out. If it is like Habitat 7, no doubt we'll run into the Ked.
Oh, hey, I could finally change my frickin' gun. Hey guys, you can only do the tooltip comparison when you're not actually equipping the gear. If I need to explain how stupid that is, the one time you want to know what the tooltip comparisons are the most is when you're equipping it. You know, now. Moving on.
Suiting up.
Ready, Freddy?
Hope we're all that ready. Callow? All right.
Integrating search area from Sam. How he pulled that mystery signal through the storms, I have no idea.
Multisensory neural collation. Amazing.
Factory fresh across the board. Spinning up the compensators.
You're already tuning the displays.
We'll get a better read on this pass than the Nexus has had in months.
Well, now there's light.
What?
I said a lot of people have their hopes pinned on us. They gave up on Eos. Can't blame them. Expected a golden world, instead they saw their friends die. Never know how that'll affect. Sorry. You okay?
We didn't come millions of light years to die in a different place. I'm not letting the initiative down.
Pathfinder, the Tempest checks out. We're good.
Yeah, I saw she blinked there. I've actually been counting.
Take us down. You have
Like in that whole cutscene right there? No blink. Okay, there was 2 blinks right there. So she was making up for lost time on the blinking. In the earlier cutscene, she blinked once right at the end.
Core is hot.
Shields holding, adjusting entry.
We got this, right?
No blinks that time.
Hell. There. Set us down at this nav point.
I think you're right, Kira Whiteness. So the reason I brought up the Mega Man thing is because the Mega Man thing has a passive script that's essentially always going in the background that counts frames. When it hits a certain frame count, Mega Man blinks. And then it resets the counter. Very basic, right? It's the same way most animation does blinking. There's some script running somewhere that handles the blinking. It looks like here they have to do it manually because this is Frostbite, which, among other things, is not designed to do faces. Terrain is what Frostbite does.
Start.
Reports state this planet suffers deadly storms that are contaminated by radiation from the Scourge. EO's deployment was incomplete due to environmental hazards and ultimately hostile encounters.
Plus,
Good
no
afternoon,
Pathfinder. If EOS... Door's getting emergency power, but it's code locked.
Site 1 issued individual security codes. Each outpost self-organizes and sets its own protocol.
Just say we can't open it without codes.
We can't open it without codes.
Thanks.
They must have known these wouldn't last in these conditions.
They didn't have a pathfinder.
They do now. We'll make EOS a home.
Technically, we're currently at the very end of the intro. Excuse me, I almost said outro. Wouldn't that be funny? Because we still haven't actually hit what the... Go ahead and go play the game point now. This is kind of like that mission where we went and interacted with Tali back in Mass Effect 2. Yes, I know this is really far in to be at this point, and I apologize. That is mostly my fault. Do I not like the very premise of the story? Actually, I love the premise of this story, Dark Day. What I do not like is the animation, the dialogue, the pointless action sequence cutscenes, the other cutscene, the facial capture, the voice direction, the banter, the tone of the scenes, cutscene, world building, writing, internal continuity, consequence storytelling, writing, external continuity, another cutscene, character, and visual storytelling. I'm with the premise, really. But yeah, exactly. This is okay. Here's your kit. Go have fun. We actually don't quite have the kit yet, and that's the point. Not until we get the vehicle, I'd say. Execution matters. Who knew? What are you hiding, Eos? The plants exhibit sporadic hypergrowth, despite an environment that can sandblast paint. I'm trying to suspect an electromagnetic trigger. I detected a signal of some kind. Definitely alien. That's not my field. Uncertain if deliberate.
We suffered our first death today. Storm came out of nowhere. Lockley tried to cover our crops. Lost his footing. Got swept away. His wife is still in cryo. Maybe by the time they wake her up, I'll know what to say.
Hey, your husband's dead.
Got a code lock key.
That should help get us in.
Yeah, you know what? Hang on. I really don't want to hammer this point in. Why are we... This is kind of pedantic, I'm not going to lie. But why is it constantly emphasized that we're the explorers, the tip of the sphere, excuse me, not the tip of the sphere, little different. So we're explorers, we're the tip of the spear, we're the first ones here. We have to, everyone's counting on us to settle the planets, you know, find habitable ranges, get resources, all that fun stuff. And a decent chunk of our gameplay involves going to towns, getting quests, finding ruins, and listening to logs of the people who came before us. Like, there's a tonal inconsistency there that just makes me go... Put that in a theme. Yeah, we're not the first people here. We're not the tip of the sphere. We're not even the second group of people here. We're like the third or fourth, depending on how you count it, people here. Look at this. There's a whole shanty town here. I mean, I know these are prefab buildings, but these people have been here a hot minute. No, Magister. We're the first Pathfinder on site. I mean, I could see the idea there, FM Aylward. I could, legitimately. But, like, at that point, lean into that better, you know? It's like, okay, the initial has been done. Now we've got to come through and we've got to problem solve, right? I mean, that's what we do in RPGs anyways. Professional problem solvers.
Main door had power, but not the interior doors?
Full functionality would require an active power relay station.
Okay, so this is a message saying, hey, I don't want to leave. This is a message saying, hey, why aren't you answering calls? This is a message saying, hey, why are you still not answering calls?
That means the antenna's out of power, too. The logs might tell us what's up with the power relay.
Yes, let's go check the logs. We got this. I was gonna say, like... I know this is beyond Frostbite, and I do. By the way, someone asked why they had to use Frostbite. Good question. If you figure out the answer to that, let me know. Anyways, this is beyond Frostbite, but let's throw that out the window for just a second. If they were able to do like their own engine, or just even, you know, borrowing Unreal or something, or hell, even Unity, which I want to stress I would never recommend because screw Unity. But let's assume for a moment that they're off Frostbite. Wouldn't it be more engaging that we come here and we are part of the initial wave, and part of our missions is to settle, establish, you know, as we do quests, as we explore things, as we catalog resources, as we allocate resources, we get access to more parts of the ship, so that's your town area expanded, and we can build up more settlements, which gives some kind of gameplay benefit. I'm sure we can come up with something. I'm pretty sure Far Cry does that. I would like to think this game could do this. Sorry. Let it go.
Sandstorms, radiation. What the hell was Addison thinking sending us here? Eos might have looked great back in the Milky Way, but up close, it's a hellscape. Farthingale's on my case to stay positive. Put on a brave face for the rest of the team, but I can't shake the feeling that I'm gonna die out here.
Well, yeah, like, not even necessarily a full-on building system, which is what I would actually prefer, but just something that shows how the city and how the town and how the ship are developing as you progress, right? No, we're here to stop the Ket. Spoilers, that's our main goal. The Ket are the bad guys, and they're here to, so we need to stop them. Don't worry, the other big sci-fi generic story thing is here too. We've technically already seen it, but it'll be really obvious soon.
I got a partial lock, but I can't turn on the antenna. Something's blocking the power.
A remote lock is active. The interference originates from a nearby power relay tower.
Not only have I not reviewed it up in my word, I've never even played it.
Let's check out this relay tower. Look at this place. It's a wasteland.
The
Frickin'
radiation
Utah.
in Eos's atmosphere makes it difficult to cultivate life.
Radiation? Our suits protect against that, right?
Site 1 contains shield masts to dampen the brunt of contamination.
But if we went outside Site 1's perimeter?
That would not.
Structure up ahead. Sam?
It fits the profile of a power relay station, Pathfinder. It's inoperable, Pathfinder.
Too long in this environment without power.
We didn't expect this kind of environment. Who could?
Huh. Guess that ship wasn't Ket then. They don't knock.
There are people here. We thought everyone left was gone.
Of course you did. Now shove off. Find your own salvage. This spot's taken.
I'm not a salvager, I'm a pathfinder. We've come to fix all this.
Call me Clancy. Pathfinder, huh? Like that changes much. The Nexus just can't let Eos go, can it? However much it fails down here.
I'm tracking a signal that will help Eos. I only need power for the antenna.
Look, I cut the power for a reason. The Ket are patrolling today. You turn the power relay back on, they'll know there's a juicy target alive down here.
Help me with the power relay, and I'll take care of the Ket.
You're crazy. Though maybe it's a good crazy. Okay, I'll enable the generators out there. You want to poke the tiger, it's on you.
Okay.
Expect trouble when we start the generators.
Also, it's hard to explain, but the controls are just weird. It's doing this weird thing with the camera, too, which is just throwing me. I don't know, next time it happens, I'll try to point it out. Because it's only happening periodically.
There's an error in the startup sequence. Manual input required.
Damn it.
Please scan one of the pylons to determine a hackable input location. Generator interface possible. Location marked. This analysis provides us with important research data, Pathfinder. If you continue to scan and collect this data, we can utilize it to develop new technologies and upgrades for equipment, such as your weapons and armor.
This is the third time you've tutorialized that now, by the way. Have I tried switching to a controller? No, I don't hate myself that much, Pancakes. I hate myself a lot, but not that much.
Generator is active. Sam, our friend Clancy, was he part of the outpost team here?
No, Pathfinder. According to Nexus records, he's stationed in the hangar bay.
So he's what? Playing hooky?
Or he's a part-time salvager.
Or he's one of the exiles we already talked about. Hell yeah, you're a... That'd be an interesting challenge.
We've got company.
That's much better immediately than the Avenger. And the enemy has mastered standing on the air.
You weren't kidding about the Ket.
The power relay station is ready for activation.
No, it's each click is a shot. This is me holding down. See? Yeah, those cat, oof, they know what they're doing. Oh gosh, I wonder. Hang on. I want to test something really stupid really quick. Just really quick, hang on. Game. Jeez. Settings? Yeah, here we go. Controls. Key bindings. Shoot. Can I not rebind shooting? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, cool. Wow, that's actually so fast of an input, it's not accepting it. Look at that. Okay. It literally doesn't accept it as input. Ah, well. I was just curious. Either that or it doesn't know what mouse wheel is. Surprised me. Although, actually, I do have an auto-clicker. And now you got me wondering. Let's switch to another gun. Oh, no, let's go back to this thing. Let's see. Yes, that's what I'm thinking, Shadow Machine. There it is. Okay, hang on. Let's see if we can go faster than that. Let's increase that by a factor of 10. Looks like that's our limit. Ah, well. I tried. While I'm here, I should look up what holster is supposed to be. I've been using scanner to get out of holster, but, like, surely there's another way to holster, right? There it is. V. That makes sense.
You took down all those cat? Sure, use the power relay. Hell, take whatever you like.
It's not like you stopped me.
Though. If that signal of yours is out past the perimeter, you'll need a ride.
A ride?
Shuttles aren't fun in these winds. You need wheels. I think they kept a little something in storage.
Didn't get around to salvaging it yet?
I tried. It ain't that simple. Might be easier for a Pathfinder, though. We're heading to our shuttle. Keep this up. Maybe next time we'll find more than just salvage around here.
Don't suppose you've got anything we can use.
Oh, wow. Incendiary ammo. Hell yeah. And that's it.
I guess Crazy Blue has a fire part somewhere else.
Why, Giga? Why? Explain yourself, Giga.
Power restored. We should have access to everything in Site 1 now. Right, Sam?
Correct. Plus, I've located the source of the signal we detected in orbit. It's coming from the large alien structure just beyond Site 1. The structure appears almost identical to the one your father used to adjust the atmosphere on the previous planet. It's worth investigation.
That almost feels like a lead. Damn right that's worth investigating.
Here.
A warning. Radiation levels beyond the perimeter of Site 1 are well above acceptable limits. You cannot proceed without additional protection.
All the more reason to see if that alien structure can make a difference to this planet. Come on, we better find that vehicle Clancy mentioned.
Hell yeah, let's go find our Prothean device.
Now that is restored, we can investigate the nearby buildings.
Pathfinder, Dr. Winter? Pathfinder? Path? Find your path? Find pather. Or find path.
Special requisition. All-terrain scout rover.
A Nomad. 6-wheel drive, jump jets, just what you need.
The initiative only built a few.
This must be what Clancy meant.
The crate requires an access code from a forward station. Forward stations act as emergency resupply checkpoints. Several are currently in orbit.
I can call one down. Let's find a good spot.
Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station.
This game is perfect in every way, Croatia. I know what you're talking about.
Looks like the forward...
Downloading Nomad crate access code.
Oh god, first of all, I can see that. Hey, we made it! I know you can do it, Pathfinder. Okay, I like the Nomad. I'll give you that. Also, why am I the only one with my helmet on? Guys, put on your freaking helmets. Like, for real. Put on your freaking helmets. So I think we should dub this vehicle the Croatia. Wait, but what would like Croatia Light be?
Nomad should handle pretty smooth. Check both forward and reverse, would you?
Well, I've met my one true nemesis. A small twig of a tree.
Can't get traction. It's too steep.
Switch to 6-wheel drive. It'll get you up there in a snap. Remember the Nomad's jump jets. They'll get you over most obstacles. If you need more juice, the boosters can accelerate.
Got it. Signal's coming from that structure up ahead.
We had Croatia. Now it's Croatia. I don't know. Don't ask me.
I'm picking up initiative tech nearby from above us.
I see it. Up on that piece with the scaffolding.
So who's ready for the actual worst character in this game? Like, I legitimately remember this character and I hated her face. Literally, as well as metaphorically. And that's before she tried to have sex with me.
It's working, but I'm just getting random symbols. Glyphs.
With more glyphs to expand my database from Habitat 7, I could interface fully with the console.
And hopefully start up whatever helps the atmosphere.
I could provide analysis.
It's working, but I'm just getting random symbols. Glyphs.
With more glyphs to expand my database from Habitat 7, I could interface fully with the console.
And hopefully start up whatever helps the atmosphere.
I could provide analysis via the scanner, Pathfinder.
Yeah, who's ready for Temu Liara here? She is at least memorable, I'll give you that. Unlike most of the characters in this game. Someone actually asked me, this is not too long ago, a month or two ago, to name any character in this game, and I couldn't.
It's slippery, but there's a great view!
Who'd be crazy enough to carry heavy equipment up there?
Too sophisticated for a salvager. Who else is studying this place?
That should complete the glyphs, Pathfinder. Building connection. I apologize for any discomfort. The system seems unstable.
This would happen when my dad tried doing this?
Your father interfaced directly with the atmosphere processor. That proved extremely hazardous. These structures could reveal its control center. System remains unstable. Doubling our power input might accelerate the process.
I'll give it a shot.
Wait!
That's how they introduce us to her.
Back off, or I will put you down!
Whoa! Easy. You've come this far. Just let it ride. I've been studying this tech for months. I don't know how you activated those glyphs, but you have to let them cycle through their...
Get off me!
Alright, time to get off.
Don't like being sat on, huh? I know. Who am I? I mean, it's obvious who you are. I saw the ship swoop in. You're a Pathfinder. Was beginning to think the initiative just made you guys up so the rest of us wouldn't lose hope, but you're...
It's been 14 months! Okay, look, I know that I, of all people, bang on about how long time is, and 14 months is a decent chunk of time. But when you're dealing with colonization, terraforming, and extragalactic travel, 14 months is a pittance. I'm shocked. Like if you were paying attention to the dialogue earlier, they were supposed to have the Nexus, you know, the space station built, in 2 months. 2. What is going on with her face? Oh my god. I just...
Are you for real? You were going to tell me who you are.
I might just be the solution to all your problems. Well...
Who's worse, Loke? Real question. Of the main cast, I mean.
System has stabilized. I'm establishing a connection.
So there's our other recurring enemy type. Good job, military crack squad, who had guns out on the lady who literally tackled me. In fact, I'm sorry. So a woman had enough time to rush up and tackle me before you finally drew guns on her. Let's just, like, that's some serious bodyguard failure there. Imagine if that was an attacker who just stabbed me, and they're like, hey, put your hands up. And I'm like, I've already stabbed you, assholes. But then they don't even notice the freaking zooming bots going vroom, 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 vroom. Oh my god. Okay, so hang on. How do you spell her name for real? I actually don't remember. I'm not joking. Liam. Yeah. Peebee. Okay, that's what I thought, but I don't want to screw it up. Yeah, she tackled Ryder because Temuliara. Temuliara. There we go. Ugh, don't remind me of Cool World. I'm sorry, I didn't like Cool World at all. I actually revisited Cool World a few years ago, and I reminded myself of how much I don't like it. Yeah, the Archon, I'll agree with you on that, Loke. Sorry. I am Archon. It's a movie that Mr. Red would like, Yura. Carrots. That's a fair question, Loke. But if I change my term to principal cast, the answer becomes no.
Not bad. My first tangle with the remnant was a lot messier.
Okay, I know you are contractually required to show your tummy.
The observer and
You gotta have the midriff.
They're all the remnants of
But could
something
you
much
come up with
bigger.
any better way to do it?
That's too long. Ugh, I hate long. So, the remnant. Like, my name's better as Peebee.
Ryder, you've been studying this remnant technology? What have you learned?
Plenty. Not nearly enough. It's old, it uses glyphs, and it's well protected.
I saw this tech clear the skies on Habitat 7. We're hoping it could do the same for EOS.
Huh. Atmosphere manipulation? Maybe. Fits the model. All remnant tech is connected. You interfaced with this monolith somehow, and now it's pinging the others. If you wake them up too, they must lead to whatever master switch might fix the radiation.
What is going on with their eyes?
You're sure it'll help EOS? Or am I just a handy way to get those monoliths online?
I'm a little offended by that, Ryder.
Uh-huh.
Okay, maybe. But we both get what we want. Just try. It's not like we can make this planet worse. Here, take my nav points. I've got to figure this interfacing out. Just be careful. This planet's all kinds of strange.
So, I was thinking about that exact same thing, Plutonia. Because I was actually thinking in my head, like, I'm in charge of this project. I don't have the time or the facility to do proper animations. So how do I do these talkie scenes? And this is a Bioware game. There's a lot of talkie scenes. I'll tell you exactly what I do. I'd move the camera around more. Like, you see the current distance we are to Peebee? I could actually picture us seeing some of that cutscene with a camera that's this far out as she's going and just have her gesticulating, right? Yeah, exactly. You don't do Bioware talkie scenes because we kind of need something. We need some kind of animation or presentation. God, even Dragon Age Origins talkie scenes were better. Or yeah, maybe the back of her head as we're looking at us. Or yeah, maybe use some kind of lighting thing. Like we got that glare over there, so we could have shown her against the glare, so we mostly just see the silhouette. We could have had a rotating shot. You know, there's lots of ways to just kind of not show this. It would probably get old, but you know, maybe think about that. I don't know. Hi, Zach Taft. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh God. Okay. Going back to the Nomad. Yeah, Tor played around with this. Hell, STO did this. I don't know if you've noticed it. STO doesn't exactly have great lip flaps. And so for a lot of cutscenes that aren't the facial stuff, they do exactly what I just described. They use the camera.
And there, it ticked over.
What did?
We were promised a prefab homestead exactly this long after exiting Cryo.
We'll get there, won't we, Ryder?
Liam, you're an asshole.
That remnant's been corrupted.
Fresh reminder. So, Ross, I listened to your voice clips, by the way. I don't know what you're on about. You're fine, dude. My quality is acceptable, and your voice is fine. I liked your Ray better than your Gar, but you still did good. Yeah, Liam, you get to walk the rest of the way. What about the deadly radiation? Well, you should have thought about that before you opened your gob. Don't worry, I'm replacing Liam immediately. Or we could keep him around just so you could be tortured like I am. No, this does appear to be the right way. I like the Nomad for what it is, but I would never call this thing better than the Mako.
Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station.
Have my camera back, game, please.
The Site 1 folks are the monoliths too. Did they learn anything? Mostly what you learn the hard way. But hey, now you're here.
Game. Hey, there's my camera. There's no back to Walker. I'm just haven't had time to work on it full time. But yes, I do plan to keep working on it. What game?
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Okay. Hey, brother, how you like this overworld music? Yeah, let's take it in for a second. Isn't this great overworld music? Yeah, music's hard, you're okay. At least music that goes hard is.
More remnant bots. These ones don't seem hostile.
So these are our new Protheans, the remnant. Hi.
Detect a high level of remnant encryption here, Pathfinder. To continue, you will need to decrypt it.
They're down.
Combat is where this game is going to shine. If anything's going to drag this up, it's going to be the combat and some of the minute-to-minute gameplay decisions. God have mercy on its soul.
It appears to reconfigure panels that rise from the floor.
That could come in handy.
Here's hoping that it's enough. Multiplayer was fine, although I never felt the desire to go back to it, unlike the Mass Effect 3 thing. Yeah, by the way, you like Sudoku, right? Those of you out there who've never played it.
We're so close. I just know it. Once we get that linguist, we'll crack it. There's so much tech here. It has to help. Then I can see Carrie again. It's been a slow start, but we got this. Oh no. No!
Okay, that was pathetic. So there's this concept. It's the audio log concept, but it's a very common concept. You've heard it a few thousand times in video games. It's a way to try and convey emotion in a scene with just sound design and a voice, right? And it's a very smart way to do things for a lot of reasons, especially because it's usually easier to do. Why do I bring that up? God. Get on with it. Him.
God, don't do it! Please don't!
Glory to the many. I am a voice in their choir.
That's how you do an audio log. And it was the same type of audio log of what we just saw. In other words, hey, things are happening. Oh God, something horrible has happened. Scream, death, right? And that's just the first example that came up when I searched that immediately. And yes, that is System Shock 2. The many gives it away, but yeah. So you like Sudoku, right? That's part of the horror, Chill Pangolin. He was dead after the second shot. Like, if you were paying attention, I don't blame you if you weren't, his screaming cut off very abruptly in the middle of the second shot, as he was no longer physically capable of screaming. And then he kept firing 4 or 5 more times. That's the point. The brutality of it is what makes it so horrifying. Oh, of course I need more glyphs.
Okay, let's find these glyphs.
Oh yeah, first we gotta find the glyphs. So there's one up there. And where's the other one?
What do we have here?
Up there, okay.
I'll need to use the interface that controls this. Got it.
It's funny you say that, Seth, because I reviewed this game when it first came out. Different system of review, so it doesn't really count. But I did actually play this at launch. It was, it didn't impress me, I think is how I will describe that. I get into PC gaming before PCs existed. That's not actually a joke. When I got into PC gaming, it wasn't called that yet because there was no such thing as the standardized PC. So, pretty much ground floor, no matter how you think of that. However, the first game I played that was not on the NES is how I'm going to phrase that. I have to think about that, actually. I feel like it would be one of the really, really old point-and-clicks. No, it was been well before Doom. Just scan it from here.
I think that's enough.
I'd have to look up specifics, because a lot of them blur in my head, but it would be one of those, almost assuredly. You know, I think it would hold up decently well. Yeah, like old King's Quest stuff, although... No, that was before Oregon Trail for me personally, because I remember when I first played Oregon Trail. It was after that. Okay, so Sudoku. Monkey Island. Actually, I wasn't even counting like edutainment-y stuff. When did Number Munchers come out? Because that's a good question. Hang on. Let's see, Number Munchers would have been 86 on the Apple II, and that's what I would have played it on. So, and yeah, that sounds about right. So yeah, that sounds around where it would have been for me. So Weekend series is fine. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I do enjoy it for what it is.
Interface failed. Pathfinder.
It's
Defense
okay.
systems engaging.
Nice work.
Well, no, I mean it. Like, I enjoy Suikoden for what it is, but I feel like it's always been more interesting as a concept than as a series I actually enjoy. Then again, we've reviewed 1, 2, and 5, and none of those have reviewed particularly well, so I'm a little bit biased there. They do have some interesting concepts, though, like the level up catch-up mechanic and the fact that you can just straight up skip encounters is weirdly good. Okay, so this row's fine. This row's fine. This row's fine. And this row's fine. So what's the column? It's got to be a column. So we've got that one, this one, this one. No row, column, or highlighted shape can include repeats of the same. So is this the highlighted shape? Oh, I get it. Okay. Okay, I have to fill the empty space. I was going to say, it's fine as is. All right, so... there.
Interface failed. Pathfinder.
What?
Defense systems engaging.
Target's down.
Oh. Gotcha. So, you probably saw this happening. It's not really reacting to my mouse properly, and the cursor kept staying up there in the upper left, so I was sort of automatically assuming that the only highlighted space I needed to fill was the upper left, right? Fill each row, fill each column, fill the upper left. Done, right? Cool. I keep forgetting that this game hates the mouse and wants me to just use the arrow keys. So, oh god, okay, where's a 3? So, by definition, how do I do? How do? Oh my god, I have to use the mouse, though. That's even worse, I actually have to use the mouse. Jesus Christ. And I know what you're thinking. Lore, it's just Sudoku. You should have known that immediately. Yeah, I don't... If your requirement for a puzzle is I have to pre-existing already have knowledge of your puzzle before walking into it, you don't have a good puzzle. It'll be worse. It'll be Tower of Hanoi again. Yeah, Frogger is something that's self-evident. Yeah, this is the easy one. One I'll probably be able to suss out myself here. You notice it starts us off with a 3, and then several other 2s. So yeah, we can put this together pretty quickly. I believe that's right. Yep.
We did it. Well, you did it.
Please stop licking my dick.
Whatever that did, I see pathways lighting up all over. The monoliths are resonating. QEC contact?
Well, whatever's happening, they're definitely connecting.
You did good. Keep doing more. Can't dropship.
Seriously? Can't catch a break.
Oh no, it's the cat. Enemies above us! Well, we'll see how many we get, Zactaf. Because, yeah. There's no classes in this game.
Leaving all the craziness on the Nexus to be the first settlers here. So much riding on you, and then...
This time will be different.
Right. This is our element.
It's a skill-based system. You don't have classes, you just have whatever you have. If by better you mean worse streaming full, then yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. This total lack of overworld music is driving me absolutely bonkers. I would say the combat's legitimately good, not merely okay. We'll see what we think of enemy design and enemy variety. That's the real kicker. Kit's good.
Looks like a cat facility of some kind.
Those assholes took over my best research site. They won't let you near the monolith without a fight.
Cat incoming!
Maybe a dragon player? Guys, I think dragon player is completely insane.
Hostile shuttle incoming.
Oh, you're probably talking about the stat booster things, aren't you? I guess? I don't know. I guess that does qualify as class. I can't disagree with that. In that case, I have no idea what class we are. There's also some destructible stuff. Some of the terrain design is decent for firefights. Sorry, I don't mean to sound dismissive. It's just this game needs every bit of positivity it can get, you know? And thanks to the jump jet system, there's a whole lot of flanking, like I just did, you can do.
Do they know we're here?
So let's see. I believe they are FML word. They're on the archive page. If they're not on the archive page, then they're not there, period. So I wasn't writing stuff down further back than that. Oh, yeah, you mentioned a recommendation for Korra. I do like having a medic. I actually don't mind Korra, so I might do that in general. It might be Croatia. I mean, again, we covered this game when it came out. Some people tend to forget. I've been streaming for a long time now. We covered Inquisition when it came out. How's that for a weird thought? Mold. Alright, that probably means there was no review doc then, if I'm aware, because I still have all those documents. Yeah, we covered Breath of the Wild when it came out. Oh, man. I actually still have the VOD of my first stream. Alright, name the game. Name the game. Nobody's gonna get it. Let's see. It was Evoland, and that was April of 2013. That was our first actual stream. So that's how long I've been streaming, apparently. No, Ross. This is a weird desert song. This is actually from Kirby Robobot. No points for guessing this one. Yeah, I think Kennex Cow has the horse riding emote there.
Radiation levels. Radiation within safe level.
If you can guess which mix this is, I'll put something to a game of your choice. How's that sound?
Let's get to it before there's any more Ket.
Got the desert music.
Who are you?
That was pretty cool.
Huh. Well, yeah. Guess it was. Still haven't told me who you are.
I'm the Pathfinder.
Are you now?
My name's Sarah Ryder.
I'm Drac, Clan Nakmor. You'll forgive me if I didn't just trust a stranger from the Nexus. They haven't exactly treated us Krogan well. What are you doing out here?
Checking out these monoliths. The Ket seem pretty interested in this one. Looks like you cleared it out for us, though.
You said I didn't save any for you? Nexus knows shit about the Ket. They think they're safe. But they're just waiting to die out there in space. I've been quads deep on a couple of planets for a while now, taking out Ket bases, fighting ground troops. I know what they can do.
It's not pretty.
You know, we could use a Krogan like you, Drac.
I'm flattered, but do you have any idea how many humans I've watched die? Your meat is spoiled. Besides, the day I help the Nexus again is the day the clouds part and the Ket keel over. No offense.
None taken.
Good, because I'm getting bored and the Ket are getting stronger. Seem particularly interested in this alien tech.
Remnant?
Yeah, that. I'm gonna go find more to shoot. Try to keep your head out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he's apparently our actual Pathfinder. Weirdly enough.
He seems fun.
Alright, who's ready for more glyph scanning? You like glyph scanning, right? It's okay, after this we have to do a Sudoku puzzle. Krogan game? How could you have a Mass Effect game where you don't play as a human? That is not allowed, Sir and/or Madam. Never like having a Star Trek show where you play as someone who isn't a Federation ship. Don't be ridiculous. Or a Star Wars show which isn't about the Force and the Jedi. Please. Yeah, no, it's right there. I was right. Look, you can play an alien, but you can't play a female. To see they're female. I don't know how to be fake sexist. I don't know what kind of reasoning could possibly be given there. So, they're different from us. That means they can't be trusted.
That should complete the glyphs, Pathfinder.
Let's see, what species would I want to play most in Mass Effect? My first thought is Turian. Like, that's my knee-jerk thought. I have played a Geth, an Asari, a Turian, and a Krogan back in Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. My main was an Asari, so I guess by definition.
Hey, I'm getting better at this. Done. The monoliths are online and connected to something in the lake. This could be the master switch we're looking for.
I'll meet you there. Don't do anything without me.
Don't worry, I won't. I'm not going to be able to get a hold of one. Like, they still haven't allowed pre-orders for those damn things. That would be awesome, Seth. Pax really liked to play the Geth engineer. Did some really good stuff with it. Alright, I'll give you credit, Giga. Elementalists are super awesome as long as you like playing a substandard class. There.
Radiation levels have spiked, Pathfinder.
Is there Dreaming Full? You know, I don't actually know. I know we don't have a Lord of the Rings one.
Here they come!
Because the Tolkien estate is a bunch of morons.
Remember the early data on EOS back home?
When everywhere was labeled H with a bunch of numbers.
Your dad put those readings up in his office. Knew them all by heart. Wonder what those worlds really looked like then. And now.
I've actually played the Dragon Age one. It's fine. Its big core conceit needs some work, but other than that, it's pretty decent. I enjoyed it.
Clear!
Hang on. I've got a great idea, okay? We're going to have cake-based RPG. You have a physical cake in front of you, and you have to take a slice out of it, okay? When you remove the slice, the colors of the sprinkles revealed by the slice... I'm sorry, we're moving on.
There. Coming out of the lake.
The tech's underground, too? Let's see.
It's opening up.
I see a door. Come on!
Whoa. It's forming a bridge.
Looks solid.
You don't like hexagons?
Prepare to swim.
My favorite tabletop system, other than my own, because that is cheating. Gosh. I think I'm going to be boring and just say 5th edition. I've run a bunch, and I've played in a bunch, but 5th edition is probably still the overall best designed. It's also really good for new players, which is kind of important. I've often recommended, if you're getting into tabletop, you know, pen and paper in any format, getting into something like 5th edition is a really good place to do it. So, you could say I might be into crunchier stuff, but I'm actually pretty against crunchier stuff when it comes to pen and paper. And the reason why is very, very simple. I've been playing D&D off and on for the better part of, I think we're at 35 years now. Since I was 7. And if there's one thing I hate about playing pen and paper games, it's a single combat session taking an hour and a half because you're looking up rules and rolling dice. I enjoy complexity. What I do not enjoy is boredom. It's actually why I don't like Pathfinder. Pathfinder encounters take absolutely forever. I've never run Lancer. No, you let me show.
Radiation levels normal.
Okay. That being said, my second favorite system probably is just plain old Cyberpunk. I've run a lot of Cyberpunk runs.
No. No, this can't be right. All that fanfare for an empty room? There's some secret here. There must be. Do your Pathfinder thing.
I have been keeping an idle eye on Pathfinder 2.
Oh, you're good.
I didn't do anything! Also, to continue my own statement, I'm not a huge fan of 6th edition.
I didn't do a thing.
How far down do you think it goes?
Convenient rock is convenient.
That can't be air pressure. Electrostatic? Ah, gravitation. Oh, you idiot, Peebee. That wasn't the front door. This is.
I'll let you know.
Hey!
Actually, I have played Powered by the Apocalypse. Only like once, though, Dr. Winter. It was cool. I used to, Dreaming Full. Nowadays, I've been trying very hard to get caught up in the queue. My tabletop games were fun, but nobody watched them. And so it was kind of a waste of stress and effort to stream them. So I kind of stopped.
Embrace the unknown, Ryder. Now this is more like it.
Looks like a bunker. Or a vault.
Did we ever learn what these are?
The controls for that atmosphere
I actually don't remember.
might be down here somewhere.
Let's find out.
Like, I feel like there's still a whole lot of holes that they never answered about the Protheans. Excuse me. About the remnants.
You see that?
Or the cat.
It's like a broken information display.
I was going through my clips just this lunch, Shadow Machine, and I saw one.
I think that gravity well works
During
in
the,
reverse, too.
Then we have a way out.
not the Trenthar campaign, the one right before that.
Not until we find those processor controls.
Perish. It was the Perish campaign.
Only minimal power. I don't think it
Parish,
triggered the
definitely.
atmosphere processor.
Perish.
Pathfinder, a conduit beneath the floor just activated. Fluid is running through it. It could be generating emergency power. Your scanner will have more details.
Yeah, that's what I thought, Carowin. Like, I have big holes in my own memory about the totally, I can't believe they're not Protheans. Oh my god, this camera wobble. I have not, Inamisha. Is it any good? What?
I see the conduit, Sam. Whatever it is, it leads out of the room.
These data pattern things are incredible. If I'm right, each one can hold hundreds of zettabytes. There are whole species who get by with less.
No signs of any cat. Maybe they can't get into the vault?
But you can. That'll get their attention.
Lucky me. This door should be working.
It's got power, right? Do we need a password?
Minor corruption detected. The pattern suggests significant data present, but it cannot be accessed.
What about these holographic patterns? Can you scan one? Wow. I really was just scratching the surface. Now that's interesting. Uh-huh. What have we here?
Phrase recovered. Must read to access. This console links to surface facilities.
Then it must control the atmosphere processor.
No glyphs. It looks dead, or locked down, like most of this place.
The fluid conduit leads to this console and further into the vault.
So if we follow that conduit, it might lead to the system lockdown. Open. We read it. We get access.
I imagine they will go with the destroy ending being canon, Mr. Floyd.
Down here, safe and sound.
Like, I'd be shocked if they don't. Wouldn't be the first time they shocked me, but, you know.
Shouldn't it be warmer this deep underground?
I honestly haven't been paying any attention to the non-news, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna work.
Another gravity well, and that's new.
And I have played Mutants and Masterminds as well. It's a decent system, especially if you're going for that kind of thing.
What is it?
A symbol of authority? A key? It's easy to speculate with Remnant, but we need more facts. I'll see what I can find on this beauty. Maybe over this way.
Whatever has this place on lockdown is that way.
I do my best work solo. You fix up the vault, I'll investigate the relic, and together we'll figure this place out.
Okay, go away.
Not a bad idea. We'll cover twice the ground.
See? I knew you were smart. I'm on frequency 145.8. Stay safe.
10 credits say she ends up in a pit of spikes.
Hey, Liam, could you check this pit for me? Shove.
No way through.
Incidentally, a gravity well is the gravitational effect of a large mass in space. This is more accurately a well with variable gravity.
Keep a note for our sorry friend. For when we try to explain all this.
Comm check. It's... well, you know who.
We read you, Peebee. Stay in touch.
Yeah, by the way, question. Why are we already exploring the ancient precursor site of untold eldritch power? I could mention how in Mass Effect 1, the first time we actually find a Prothean facility is at the end of the game. But, like, let's ignore Mass Effect for a second. Why would you start your game? Like, remember, we're still in the intro. Why would you start your game by immediately going to the big ancient sci-fi precursor thing? Oh, that's right. It's because it's generic sci-fi story number 3. No, just 3. This is one of the most generic sci-fi stories out there. In fact, this is also the Starfield main plot, if you're paying attention. Something I called from the very first trailer, if you'll remember.
They dug this place through solid rock.
Look up there. Must be how they kept it from collapsing.
Whoa. What's that liquid?
Unable to classify.
The only way through is down towards it.
There's a low hum through everything here. Can you feel it?
Let's stay focused. We can worry after we find this. Remnant!
Listen, Dreaming, there's one thing I know about the Romans, it's that they had extremely advanced computers in video games.
Careful, don't fall in that liquid.
It burns through your shield. Found that out the hard way.
I like how he said that as I was falling into it, by the way. You know what? Yeah, Shadow Machine. Honestly, the voice direction in general is just kind of lacking in this game. Oh yeah, the Romans would do great with nukes.
We're good.
My God.
All this for an atmosphere processor. What is this place?
Okay. Like, at some angles, it looks like I'm just standing on the air here. I'm just gonna let that go. Yeah, no, this looks a lot like a Tomb World, doesn't it? Do you hear anything? And the whole thing just lights up green.
Another aqueduct. How many do they need? Are those roads down there?
Dude, it's a planetary processor. The hell do you want? No, this is straight up a Necron tomb. I wonder how much they were inspired by that.
Up there! More remnant!
Knowingly or otherwise.
Watch the edges!
Way ahead of you.
I don't know, what are we feeling about the brickwork of the ancient precursors? Spoilers, this is basically it.
Peebee!
Every precursor site basically looks like this.
Box I found? Not a symbol of authority. The remnant still shoot at me.
Keep up the pressure! We're almost through!
It's not the remnants, it's me!
That's one way to light a room. The atmosphere processor we found before didn't need all these steps. Dad just interfaced with it directly.
And it didn't work out so great.
Direct intervention was necessary in that case, but clearly unwise.
Look how high it is. Might be another gravity well. Well sealed. Damn. Maybe we can use the conduit for emergency power, same as before. Better safe than sorry! Take them out!
You're sure this well isn't gonna open up under us?
Pretty sure! Focus on the remnant! Wonder if I'd get anything on the scanner. The conduit splits and goes through each of those devices.
Interfacing may complete the circuit and allow the well to open.
If it gets us to the system lockdown, let's try. Okay, let's hit both those consoles and complete the circuit.
Oh wow, Chill Penguin. Look. There's materials and ground and gravity.
Expensive in nature.
Shut
Power restored to the gravity well, the conduit leads down. Conduit fluid pressure is variable. There could be activity below.
Then let's dig deeper.
Hardly any dust. How old is this place?
Unknown. Radiation counts indicate the vault has been offline for several hundred years.
Around the time the Scourge appeared. That can't be a coincidence. Maybe the Scourge is why all this tech was abandoned?
That's right, the Scourge defeated the ancient aliens.
Sprang a leak.
Careful. No way you can interface with the console like that.
And no fluid means no power. Damn it. Maybe that's why those devices up above were turned off. We're not turning back now. There has to be some way to fix the leak.
Ryder! Up here! What happened? I can't get indoors to work.
The conduit's breached.
Hey, wait! The observers were using weird laser frequencies to fix a broken wall back there. I can send the frequencies to your Omni tool. Maybe they can patch up the conduit?
And... received. I'll give them a shot. The system's responding to those frequencies. Just a patch job, but it should hold.
Nice work! If it's fixed, that console should work now.
I don't remember if they explain it in this, Ross. Weird frequencies of what? Don't ask questions.
Ryder? Can you hit that console?
Yes, the Iconoborg. Continue.
Ryder? Can you...
Looks like it worked.
There's even a bridge. You're a pal, Ryder.
Where are you going?
These probably close to lockdown by now. First one gets the glory.
We'll catch up. Let's see if we powered up a way out of here.
Hey, world's best pants. This is,
How do we get across?
it's been an interesting day. That's how I want to describe that.
That did it.
Also, I forgot to mention, I'm going to be cutting off a little bit earlier than usual today. I apologize. Hopefully you can not hate me for that. But if you do hate me, I don't blame you. So far the game's rating better than I thought it would.
Wait, plants? All the way down here?
You see them too? Thought all the gravity fun had messed up my eyes.
No sunlight, no water. They should all be dead.
The source of the system lockdown may yield more information. We appear to be close.
Glad I didn't eat a big breakfast.
Company!
There's a thought. Mass Effect set in yet another galaxy. God, I got too high. I got too high. Don't quote that out of context.
I think that's the right way. We could reach it if we backtrack. Observers coming up at us!
Sure, Dr. Winter. What was your question? Was it that Sam sucks? Well, I will say I don't belong to Sam's club. Oh, is Sam a Marisu AI? No.
Armor hydraulics compensating.
Not even close, honestly. I'm actually curious why you say that, though. This way, I think? Yes.
Oh, no, I'm okay.
Damn it, Liam's alive, everyone. Sorry.
We've got a path to... Whoa!
They really do like their hexagons here.
2 gravity wells down already, and this place goes even deeper. What's the bottom?
Let's not find out the hard way.
Sounds like you made it.
Too far, even for jump jets.
This isn't going to sound like an insult, but so far I'd say that this is good enough to not be a negative. There's a little bit of weird backtracking, a little bit of weird guidance stuff, but it's fine as far as dungeon design goes. And at least there's something more here other than, well, literally nothing, right? We'll see what we think of future vaults as we go.
Feel that? This whole platform's resonating with something. It must be close. No question. This is the heart of the vault.
I've never seen anything like it.
All conduits converge here, Pathfinder.
That must be the lockdown console.
I know, right, Shadow Machine? And we will never have children again.
Huh. Any thoughts, Sam?
Unknown. Though it appears related to the lockdown, an in-depth study may reveal its purpose. The system lockdown is disabled. The vault and the atmosphere processor should return to full operation.
Ryder, you fixed the lockdown, didn't you? The whole place is lighting up. Power readings are off the chart. Really off the chart.
But if it's back online, we should be good too.
So anyways, we're dead.
Should we?
Go!
That... You know, I wonder what happens if I just stand here.
To the entrance now!
I saw it! What is that thing?
Don't risk it, just go!
Oh, we just started taking damage from it. Let's see around though. And now it's past us. And now we're dead. Okay.
Peebee, get back to the entrance now!
I saw it! What is that thing?
Don't risk it, just go!
I admit I don't agree with your core premise, but if we are to presume that as a definition of a Marisu, I don't know, Sam doesn't bother me that much compared to most characters that just have basic competency.
Watch out, fence! Keep running!
Like, he's an AI that is attached to several key systems simultaneously. If he needs to hack something, he probably connects to the other system and has it do it for him. Or if he needs to fly something, you know, same general idea. I don't know, of all the problems I have with this game, and I have plenty, Sam isn't really one of them. Maybe I'll change my mind on it as we go through it. We'll see. I will say, it is extremely disturbing how Sam is effectively one step away from using us as a meat puppet. Which would have been a really cool, interesting, and horrifying element if they ever did anything with it, which they don't.
It would be wise to escape, Ryder.
I know, Sam!
I was actually thinking earlier about how the hell Sam was able to reach us down here. See, I remember the actual Sam was like up there on the ship. Or back on the station, depending how you define that. Or back on the other ship. Either way, not here.
It's still coming! Sweeping the whole vault! Kills anything in its way!
Now that's total nonsense, Dr. Winter. And I have given a negative for that, because it's total nonsense. And you're right, Sam magically being able to do all that stuff is complete insanity.
That's the door to the entrance, almost there! The barrier's gone!
Get that thing if you want, but it's going to be close.
Is it, though? Like, I stood there for quite a while earlier.
We're almost clear. Where are you? Hello? Peebee!
Hello, Evo. Hey, look, it's your favorite character.
Go! Go, go, go!
Ah, right on our heels!
Get to the gravity well!
Not moving. Find an override.
Thank God that cloud is really slow.
Console is attempting service reconnection.
Isn't this tense?
Vault restart is now complete.
That was... Talk about a rush.
Huh? What? Sorry, what?
What was that? Field.
Might have been sweeping the vault, or chasing us.
An immune response? Maybe one last scrub for startup? This place is full of surprises.
We have to be more careful. That field almost disintegrated us.
But it didn't. You want to focus on that or the cool vault you just activated?
Atmosphere processor is online, recovering lost console activity.
Is that the Helios cluster?
Yeah. There we are. That's Eos.
Whoa. Did restarting the system do that?
If that light is us, then all these points could be vaults on other worlds. Dormant like this one.
Maybe. But why is there a whole network of them? What's all this for?
Do they ever answer that question either? Like, I don't even mind. Like, I don't want the answer. I just want to know if there is an answer. Because I really don't remember. And I've played this game.
Unless the builders show up to explain themselves, all we've got is guesswork. So far, we've seen bots, living plants, atmosphere processors.
Back home, some corporation hit a desert world with an ice comet. They changed the atmosphere to bring rain.
To help it support life.
That first processor we saw was making things worse, but maybe it malfunctioned.
Is that what these builders were trying to do? Make worlds habitable? Even terraform a whole cluster?
Hey, look there. That's different. Maybe it's active? We've got to go see.
Sam?
Extrapolating. These coordinates lie beyond the space we have currently surveyed, Pathfinder.
Mark it on our charts. We need more to go on. Let's head up to the surface. I could use some fresh air. Look at that sky.
How? No atmosphere processor works that fast.
If this effect is representative, Pathfinder, Air and moisture patterns will show noticeable improvement. EOS could support an outpost.
Even without the storms, it'll be a struggle for a while. We can tough it out. This remnant technology could be the key to our survival, if we can control it.
You can. Kind of. Still, wouldn't hurt to find a manual.
We've got a lead. Sam marked it on the charts down there. That site is active, whatever it is. Who knows what we'll find there.
We? You want to come along?
I want to know what makes the remnant tick. You've got a key to their technology. Or a crowbar, at least.
Okay.
Welcome aboard. We'll get you a fancy job title to go over your bunk.
I only need a footlocker. Datapad, toothbrush, clean underwear, that'll do. I'll catch up with you.
Well, this will be interesting.
And this is the official end of the intro. We've finally actually gotten out of it.
Now for our new outpost.
You have already logged an ideal site. Nav point noted. Updating Tempest.
The Nexus is on pins and needles, Ryder. Pods are inbound and ready. Let's go make it happen.
No, I'm good with it, DZ Moon. Although you're right, I probably should actually. Here maybe? No. Hang on, let's try over here. Yeah, that was long and boring is what that was. There we go. But, damn it. Yes. You know, why is that flickering? I'm trying really hard not to be particularly negative, but like, holy crap, that was draining. I know there's other game in this that's like worth a damn, and I've heard from several people the side stuff is actually legitimate, but god, that intro was awful. It was bad, boring, and long. That was terrible. Oh. Okay. I just need to wake up. I am pretty sure this qualifies as longer than Kingdom Hearts 2's intro. In fact, the only intro I can think of that's longer than this is FF7's. And that's by my definition, which some people disagree with. Oh, okay. Wake up. Oh, jeez. Help! Oh, God. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I define the end of FF7's intro as when we leave Midgar. Oh, I stand by that. I've actually thought about that quite a bit. But games with no intro? Pong. Tetris, I agree with that. A lot of puzzle games I'm not going to mention, really. Well, no, see, the thing is, a lot of old platformers do have intro stages. Mario 1 has 1-1, which is an intro. You know? Like, I know that sounds strange, but it is. That is the... It's old, and it's doesn't have a lot on the narrative axis, but that is what an intro forms. And, you know, Mario 2 has an intro, and Mega Man has an intro, and so forth and so on, right? Like, there's... Those kind of games do have intros. Yeah, I'd say multiplayer-focused games and puzzle games are the ones that primarily don't have intros at all. Oh, God! Okay. What is this module linking me? Bugs be gone. No, no, no. We need all the bugs. Yes. We've got to go around with a little, like a freaking butterfly net and just catch all the bugs in this game. Yeah, Talos Principle. That's a puzzle game with an intro. Hell, I can actually think of several puzzle games with intros, like Portal and Portal 2 for that matter. I would say that counts, streaming pool. I mean, it kind of depends, but right? But that still counts. That's called Taste of Power. Oh, that's a good question. Because I think that might be our immediate competition. Well, of course, I haven't played Veilguard. Sorry, I shouldn't be so negative. Right now, this game's primary competition is probably Inquisition. Here, hang on. You, talk to me. Talk to me? Talk to me? Okay. How do I... Nothing, Giga. Nothing. Everyone, we need to placate Giga, quick. Get the pudding monsters.
Asari commandos. I hear a lot of things.
You hear or you watch low-budget action vids?
Either way, Huntresses hunt. They sabotage. They do assassinations.
All officially sanctioned.
And that was all fine with you?
Yeah. Hunt down anti-Citadel fanatics, or let crisis response mop up the blood later. That's not a choice.
Yeah, cop. Sorry. Okay, so that's a memory trigger. I don't know what that is. I don't know what any of this crap is. Oh my god, these icons. These are such indicative icons. Aren't these great? Can't you tell immediately and at a glance what each of these icons mean? Why are there the... Okay, those are apparently fast travel indicators. Okay. And that's the research station. And that's a quest, I think? I'm going to assume that's a quest. Because it's an exclamation mark, and I've played Warcraft 3 before. So, logically speaking, right? Well, part of the reason I say that, Gigapudding, is despite my incredible negativity so far, I don't think this game will score that badly. Hence the question, will this score better than Dragon 4 or not? I know it looks like I hate this game, but again, I have to remind you that we have already gotten through the worst part of the game. The only part of the game that's as bad as what we just did is the outro. Where am I? God, this map is garbage. See, I'd buy that, this being worse on the story axis. I have no idea what the gameplay of Veilguard's like, so I can't speak to that at all. One thing I distinctly remember last time we played this is being disappointed by the lack of music! By the fact that there's a couple of upgrades you can get for the Nomad, and, like, I wanted to kit out the Nomad more, and I never found more kit for the Nomad. Anyways, let me pull up the desert playlist again here. Look, I don't want to hear it. Oh yeah, by the way, did you know, Evo, that Andromeda appears to have a similar save system to Veilguard's? You can't save in mission, and it shoves you back to the checkpoint, and the checkpoints are not very well placed. Now you can save out a mission. I can save right now. But yeah.
Well, what do you know? The outpost research
There's our
center is
face.
still intact.
Updating the Tempest on this critical recovery.
Research was always key to the initiative. We'll need it here too.
not scavenging anymore. This is how we rebuild.
No way this isn't home. Sorry, yes, sir. I missed your question the first time. Like, I didn't see it at all.
The research station is back online. I've provided a list of weapons we can build by gathering the required components.
Well, then it sounds like the checkpoints are worse here, Blake Taval, because we've already seen a few checkpoints and they're not great. Like, I've seen worse. Yeah, they really want you to use their app. Very good. Oh god, it really is the Breath of the Wild problem with the friggin' music.
Detecting above normal radiation levels.
So what got me into Pathfinder is actually going to be really boring. It wasn't 4th edition. I actually liked 4th edition. Pretty sure I'm the only person on the face of the planet who actually liked 4th edition.
Here they come!
And every time I bring it up, people can't give me a solid reason why they didn't like 4th edition. Is it that over there? I think it's it. Kingmaker didn't get me into it either. I was into... I had played Pathfinder several times before Kingmaker ever even came out. So, what actually got me into it? Oh, gosh, that's actually a good question. I think it was just a friend wanting to play a match of it. I wasn't there at the ground floor of Pathfinder. That was a part of my time when I was... a part of my life, when I wasn't doing so hot. So I wasn't really up to date on the scene, for lack of a better way to put that. But, a friend of mine wanted to run a game, and I was like, sure. I don't remember, Dakota. Oh, stretch. I will say, the thing I liked most about 4th edition is you could do something other than be bored in combat. That was the biggest thing I liked about it. My biggest complaint about 3 and 3.5... Oh, that's a valid answer, Enemy Shell. Was that combat in 3 and 3.5 was honestly not great. Like, if you're playing, for example, a fighter, your options in combat are grapple, which nobody wants to mess with, roll a dice to hit, oh, that's it. That's your choices in combat. Giving actual honest-to-goodness abilities and cooldowns felt like something that was an improvement to me, because it gave you something to do in combat.
Sam? What was that?
An eidetic trigger, related to your father, and the portions of my memory array he locked.
What triggered it?
Alec tied it to your progression as Pathfinder, not to a location.
Even though it was a location that just did it.
My programming is clear. Locating more of these triggers will unlock the memories.
You just said it wasn't related to location.
Is now accessible. Return to Sam node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
Anyways. What is the fricking button? Hang on. Oh my god. About here, maybe? How do I summon the Nomad? I know it's the thing I could do. Yeah, just for you, Yura. Thank you for the sub, Judo Joker. Always appreciate. Whether I enjoy streaming or not isn't really the point, Dreaming Fool, as sad as that sounds. If I stream and 3 people watch it, it's not really worth streaming, is it? So, I am unlikely to return to it for the immediate future. Look, all I'm saying is fighters getting cracked the shell was a good move. That's all I'm saying. Here we go. And that's going towards Tokyo Extreme Racer. Dragon Age 4. Mario Kart. I swear, someone help me out. There's a summon Nomad button, right? I'm not completely crazy. I swear there was. Oh, here's a question. Can we just fast travel? So let's find out. Oop. Okay, we just fast travel. Whatever.
Port is back online.
Come on, Nomad, let's go. Need to get me some groceries. Do you have to do that bright flash in my face every time I enter and leave a radiation zone? What if I pay you $2 to unlock, turn off freaking blinding flash mode? I love games with terrible intros.
In my soldier days? No, that's kind of the point.
It's that mechanical. Never thought about it.
Military discipline isn't there to give you something cool to rebel against. In combat, people depend on you being in the place they expect, doing what you're meant to do, or they die.
That doesn't mean you're doing the right thing.
I know.
Also, I hate to keep emphasizing this, you're a cop, Liam. You have no room to talk here. Alright, so... let's see what this is.
Nice work.
Probably enemy show. Also, not to disagree with Korra, but actually, questioning orders is a regular part of military protocol, for a good reason. It is in fact possible to be found guilty of insubordination for not questioning orders, especially if you're given what is considered an illegal order. That's not exactly new.
God damn it. One of our shuttles ahead.
Worth checking, if only to make sure the Ket don't get to keep it.
Is that it? Where's this stupid thing?
Hostiles ahead!
That's true. If you're in Voyager, they just say, that's an order. And you immediately do exactly what was told to be done, because, you know, don't question. That's an order. right on top of the thing. Where is it? Am I blind? I'm blind. I'm just blind.
I like those pre-trip vision paintings of future green fields, rivers, forests. Wonder what it'll really be like down the line.
Fewer death storms would be nice.
We'll get there. Pathfinder is enough to tip the balance.
Yeah, seriously. Command word obedience. Alright, hang on. You know what? Hang on. I've got music that's just appropriate for this. There we go. That's not too loud. What is this thing on my map? Unless this is it.
Earth had formations like this. Made a lot of kids think of alien worlds.
Water and weather. Nothing tougher in the long run.
Saying is Liam is full of crap, Octave. What is this thing on my map? Doesn't bother me. Congrats, Giga. You get to go directly to hell. WVW isn't as bad if you can do that instead. Slow, arduous, tedious, boring, dumb, and terrible. That's not as bad as PvPing. I give up. I have no idea what this stupid thing is.
Is this what you signed on for?
It's what we have.
Not the answer I'm looking for.
Just help Ryder and keep going. That's all we can do.
You're gonna make it, Giga. Give up now. Oh, the Orine staff. That's a nice one. The Orine stuff is legit. I was tempted by Midnight back in the day.
Activating automated forward station.
And then I realized that would be extremely stupid, and I gave up immediately. No, the legendaries I would go for if I ever bothered would be the armor. And that's something I do not have time to bother with.
Are available, Pathfinder. I've added them to your nav system.
Yeah, by the way, Giga, I don't know if you know this, Evo actually has worked as a QA tester. Yeah, I noticed that, Dakota. He's just accusatory out of absolutely nowhere. Cora has done literally nothing to justify any of his biting at her. We're explorers, Sean, obviously. Now, if you excuse me, let's go fight the big evil Death Doom, whose name is Archon. Who has lied to us, of course. No, so you guys put stuff on the list, not me, Dripping Fool. Having said that, I quietly vetoed it back in the day because it looked
this area
really not my thing.
You can extract minerals via your mining
Like, just
interface.
weird and gross. Nah, I'm good. Yep. We went from the Reapers to I am Archon. It's okay, it could get worse. He could be the Monitor. Yeah, actually, Brown Jacker. That wouldn't bother me nearly as much.
Get ahead. They appear to be fighting a Krogan.
Problem is, he's just a dick in general. That pretty much is the problem. He's just a dick. That's the beginning and end of his character. It's about 3 inches long.
Radiation levels normal.
Ryder, about time you joined the party.
Sorry. Trying to figure out where a quest was that didn't exist. Cheap! Cheap, game! Did you see that?
That's it, kid. Keep it up. That fight was fun.
You're telling me.
You could really handle yourself, kid. And I hear you're the one to thank for clearing up the sky. Had your number all wrong.
You're not so bad yourself, old man. Maybe we should work together after all.
This fight was pretty good, but you're still Nexus and green as a Drell. Still, something tells me you've got potential. Be ashamed to waste that. Just point me to your ship and try to keep up.
Oh, okay.
This is gonna be great.
The first colonists sent audio logs about these regions back to the Nexus.
And?
Fairwinds Basin. Lowest radiation count in the area. Little bit of hope.
It is calmer. Notice that?
Rex 2? Rex Light? Rex E? I'm not that good of a shot, Seth. I can't find him.
A real beginning.
Prepping deployment order. You must choose what purpose this new outpost will serve.
The Nexus doesn't get a say?
Resources are at a crisis point. Protocol states this judgment call falls to the Pathfinder.
Yep, we're in charge of everything.
You could build a military outpost, focusing on defense and militia training. Alternatively, a scientific outpost could advance the initiative's research and discoveries.
Yeah, does this choice matter? I actually don't remember. Like, does this do anything? it's...
What do you think? Military outpost or scientific?
Pathfinder's call, but research is no good if we're dead. Military.
It's got to be science. Our colonists need to understand their home.
Be advised that the first outpost placed by a Pathfinder will be a statement in itself. Fair or not, your choice will represent the initiative and its intentions in Andromeda. Consider carefully.
Prioritize research and discovery. That's our foundation. And our future.
Orders prepped. Ready on your signal.
Andromeda Initiative. This is Ryder. Pathfinder. EOS is ready for deployment.
What is this music?
Outpost block inbound. And ready as hell. August Bradley, operational head for this block. Mayor now, I suppose. We're ready to make the most of what you delivered.
Yep, me. Just me. Just me. No one else.
It took a lot of people to get us this far. That's the work you'll continue.
I hear that. Prodromos. That's what we're calling her.
They're eager. I haven't seen eager for months. EOS is far from golden. But now it's a producer. A real and reasonable first step. They think you did the impossible. The Nexus. I warned them, hoping was irresponsible. You proved me wrong, Pathfinder.
I appreciate your candor. We're all on the same side.
I wouldn't go that far. The Reality Rider? You brought us time. But one outpost on a long-shot planet won't stop us from starving. You already have a lead on something else?
The nav point. From the vault.
Now it gets complicated. The others are ready to officially sanction your efforts, to be a part of your success. We all want the initiative to succeed, but after failing for so long, no one agrees on how to do it. Be aware, that's all.
Okay.
We didn't come to a new galaxy to argue about who's right.
It got us this far. Talk to Bradley. Later, we'll go over the extended job of Pathfinder. Until then, Tan's waiting on the Nexus.
Yeah, sure. What is it, Inamisha? I'm actually quite curious. Is it amazing facial animation? Do I go there and I unlock the facial animations DLC? That's gonna be great. See, I noticed there's a frickin' memory unlock over there. The other side of the frickin' mountain. That's just there. There's no mouse over. It just flashes at me. Wow. See you around, DZ Maven. Yeah, welcome to the Hinterlands, by the way. Okay. So we've got go up to ship. We've got 2 quests there. We're doing side quests, remember. And we need to do that. And I guess that's it? Okay, so time to 100% EOS. Get Blade all pissed at me for doing the Hinterlands first. In fairness, I actually noticed, to be completely honest about this and not just memeing, I noticed that they're a lot more obvious about the you should stop doing EOS thing. Like, the next quest marker is very clearly, get out of here. And your ship moves over here, and there's like a, passage of time thing, and then there's a cutscene, and blah, 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 blah. So, it's a little bit more overt about, go away. As opposed to Inquisition. Because remember, Inquisition was like, you go down a hill, this is not facetious, you go down a hill, talk to an NPC, and then you can leave. Boom, boom, just like that. But it's not super clear. It's not completely obtuse, but they do definitely pull the, alright, maybe we should head back. But there's also a quest right in front of you. Yeah, exactly. The devs told people to leave, not the game. I'll give them credit for learning that lesson. Now, to go do side quest stuff. Back to music. I suppose I should actually pick up the quest before I take off in the Nomad. I almost called the Mako. How are they going to get food? Well, obviously they're going to dump the sand into the replicator. I have no idea. They talk about having really advanced recycling technology, so maybe that's literal? I don't know.
I keep wondering what our scientists will cook up for Eos.
We came to explore and learn. That's who we are.
Really hope all those scientists will be safe out here.
Laura. Very kind of. You have to zoom pretty far in. When you're at this level, you can actually see the height lines, and it's a little more obvious. But if you pull out to, say, here. Like, in fact, the default map size, which is about here, I actually didn't realize there were height lines. It wasn't until I zoomed in a bit more, I was like, oh, okay. It is actually a full 3D marker. I don't know if it has height indicators for the markers at all. So I'm not sure. I would say because more happens, is how I'm going to phrase that, Aurelia. The first half is it's taking its time. It's kind of about the journey. It's more character focused. It's more development focused. The second half is all plot, right? With a very small bit of world building on the way. Okay. Request number 28. Making the request again. I know it's not your fault. I know she's supposed to be second wave. But I want a paper trail so that when this all calms down in a few years, we can get proper outrage about how long it took to reunite families. Especially ones hurt during the Site 1 and 2 mess. You know broken promises is a thing, right? Requesting deployment of Tarket Tierevin, this. Exo Study Specialist. Reason, she's an asset that will help viability. She's also my daughter. That's a quest to go to the Nexus. So we're going to hold off on that. Sell off our salvage. Let's not do that. Do you have any upgrade stuff? What's this? Consumable. I don't want consumables. I want to get this crap. Get out of here. So yeah, it looks like this game has tasks and side quests. This is my music. The in-game soundtrack is playing, if you can hear it. Oh, definitely more Dreaming Fool, 100%. Although, part of it's the streaming. I'm a very social person myself. I am a massive extrovert, and I love interacting with people. But part of it is the fact that I like to analyze. I have never enjoyed gaming as much as when I am actually analyzing it. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. Something I've mentioned recently is, while bad gets worse when you analyze it, good also gets better. And so there's plenty of stories that and games that I can enjoy much, much more because I have bothered digging into them, right? Dragon Age Origins is a good example of that.
Sam, another memory prompt?
One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam Node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
I do love lots and lots of boring backtracking, because I remember it being a huge problem I had with this game last time. In fact, it was my biggest complaint about the gameplay last time I played this. I mean, I would say low bar, but FF7R2 exists, Aurelia. And FF7R1. Anyways. Don't worry, our teeth are going to be fine. I'm finding plenty of fluorite. No, Henson. The point I was trying to make is that FF7R2 is probably a good game. And that's important because most Square sequels aren't. For the most part, Square sequels tend to be pretty trash. So, you know, FF7R2 is not trash, and neither is 10-2. What the... Did you see that, by the way? Hang on, watch this. Okay, my right hand is off the mouse, so no mouse movement, and this is one tap. Okay, now it's not doing it. It did it early. There, that right there. All of that was just me tapping right once. And, like, going to the right, and then recorrecting too far to the left, and then recorrecting back to the center. What in the world? My work crew keep talking about remnant tech. They think the initiative's lying about how dangerous it is. But a couple electrodes in the right place would get the remnant to work for them instead. They tried before and helped out in the medbay when those remnant observers carved up Barty. But Jennings says we could live like kings if we had an army of remnant bots working and fighting for us. He's taking the whole crew with him. Well, that guy's an idiot, but, you know, whatever.
Looks like a work crew thinks they can take control of the remnant.
That's a recipe for trouble.
Work crew rosters are posted publicly.
The datapad mentioned medbay. A little work, we could find where to catch up with them.
Yeah, they're both here. No, I like 10-2, Relictum. I'm one of the rare people I know who actually likes Relictum. Or likes, 10-2. God, I can't talk.
August said you might swing by. Ryder, yes? Dr. Ramirez. Run the clinic here on EOS. Much better than life as an Alliance medic.
Good to meet you.
I'll guess you're not here for a checkup. How can I help you?
What do you think of Bradley?
I've known him for years. Was the squad medic when he was injured, and we kept in touch after his discharge. He's a smart fellow, a good lieutenant, but a better mayor. And it bugs him when I call him August. So I restrict myself to 2-3 times a day.
Right.
What's it like living in our first successful outpost?
It's early days, but promising. Everyone pitches in, everyone matters. We know we'll make this work.
Good.
Why did you join the Andromeda Initiative?
I served in the Alliance as a medic, but I'd say I saw one Batarian slave raid too many. I knew August, Bradley, and when he signed on to the initiative, suggested I consider it. This seems like a better frontier.
What's the latest from your clinic?
Usual checkups for first-team colonists. Plus a few cases of dehydration and some blindness. Nothing serious.
I'll leave you to it.
Come back anytime. Preferably unhurt.
Plus, if you count it, the tactics stuff and, the FF7 stuff. No, not FF7 or before that. Why can't I? Do I need to scan this? Oh, for God's sake. There.
This definitely treated wounds caused by a remnant. That datapad said the work crew tried to control them.
Sand particles were removed from the wound. Analyzing.
Work rosters. That datapad mentioned the name Jennings. Here, Axel Jennings, assigned to set up weather monitoring devices all over the desert.
Only one location matches the sound from the medical equipment. A monolith.
Let's go.
Time to kill lives. Or save lives? Or... Look, I don't even know at this point. Does anyone care? Does anyone care that we're killing / saving these people? Is that down? That is down. Okay, that's just fastest from here. Hang on. I've run into another invisible wall. There's a lot of these. This is the third one I've encountered already. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay, there we go, there we go. Found my way around it. Wow. I'm almost positive those are a bug and not any kind of deliberate. Someone somewhere just left some errant collision data out in the world. Nothing attached to it.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Probably plutonium. I wonder how bad it actually is working on Frostbite. Like, I'll never know, of course, but it's just something in the back of my mind. 'Cause I thought that during the Inquisition run, too.
No sign of that work crew. Someone left their gear behind. It's just me. Your two cats seem to appear everywhere we find remnant tech.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Wait, I've got an open comm channel.
Easy money. Once the electrical charge builds up, we'll have ourselves some nice obedient remnant.
You better be sure this time, Jennings.
If you're that spooked, go hide behind the four giants. I'm busy.
Damn it. We've got to find them before they get themselves killed.
Normally I'd say, do we have to? But, again, as I myself pointed out earlier, every life is relevant when you're in this kind of a colonial situation. Fine. I guess we'll save innocent lives that are trying desperately to get themselves killed. Dragon Prince all over again.
I like busting dunes, getting all 6 wheels off the ground.
We're outfitted best we can be.
Gil has tuned the Nomad perfectly for Eos.
What, Evo? Sorry, I couldn't hear you over me falling asleep. I don't think most people even know how to begin to code things in assembly. The only reason I know anything about that is because a lot of NES games were coded in assembly.
Who don't?
And I've ripped apart a bunch of those. That is a good question. I don't know, Blade Devil. It's been getting pretty steady donations. Not big, but steady, right? Like every now and again, here's another sub, here's another sub, here's a few bits. Stuff like that.
Help us! Please!
Hang on. Say it again. But, like, try to say it as though your will to survive has just fled your body. Yeah, consistent interest, exactly. Oh god, please don't Giga. I'm trying to get through the queue, not get it any bigger. Although, actually, doing this and then in, 4 side by side would be an interesting comparison point. Oh, wow. Seriously, Papa Neeks? Damn. So I'm going to read what Papa Neeks just said out loud there. The last patch for this, which is update 1.1, came out in July of 2017. This game came out in March of 2017. That is a dead on the vine game. Ouch.
Great timing. Thanks for the assist.
Your experiment with the remnant didn't work out?
Okay, squeal. Gas brick? Yeah, bet.
What?
These remnant could plow our fields, protect us from the Ket. You control them, why shouldn't we?
You're an idiot.
How many people need to get hurt before you stop this?
Pathfinder's got a point, Jennings.
Fine. You can't protect us all the time, Pathfinder. Out here, we need every edge we can get.
That's an interesting question. When did Cyberpunk come out? And when did 1.0 come out? Keep in mind, they're still patching it. But, like, just the gap between Cyberpunk... Or not 1.0, you know what I mean. Cyberpunk and the Overhaul patch. Yeah, remember, last time we streamed this, it was launch. So. Let's see. No, trimming full. So, back when I used to work in television and behind a booth, we had a nice, big, obvious switch that you would go chunk, and it made a really kind of a sound whenever you chunked it off. And that would turn off the lights, and it would be a nice indicator. Okay, so it was connected to the lights outside the recording area, but also the ones inside and in the booth. So it's 3 separate lights all connected to the same circuit. If it's on, we're live, don't walk in, don't interrupt. Chaku is we're no longer live. Make sense? Hence, Chaku. Okay, what? No. Ah! Whatever. What's Explorer do? It requires everything. I might go everything at some point. Because I kind of want to get charge over in Biotic. And I like having concussive shot. What can I get for tech? I notice they're barely explaining this, but whatever. I think we get it. This is a great system. I don't have any complaints here. Cryo, maybe? That is a primer for detonation. And I'm pretty sure... Yep. Concussive is a detonator for primers. So I could set up with cryo, I could detonate with concussive, and I could charge for mobility. Charge also detonates primers. I could go with Nova instead. Just a big ol' AoE melee. We can also get a turret. I don't remember if the turret's worth a damn in this one. It was in Mass Effect 3. Well, let's go ahead and grab this first. Get that on the bar. She's so happy, Shidaki. She's just wonderfully happy to be here. Isn't everything great? I'm sorry. So that's about 3 years of patching, counting the big one. Damn. I have many issues with CD Projekt Red, especially their management stuff. But at least they've kept bothering working on their frickin' game. And yeah, that does still restore shield strength, so I do still probably want that. Let's go with this. Me too, Dreaming Fool. It's like I said, I never want to be right, you know. There we go. I think you're right, Evo. Hang on. How do I... There we go. Yeah, I want that. I don't think I have... Yeah, I don't have enough points to get that right now. Yeah, they can Veilguard's team too. So that sucks on top of everything else. Whatever the quality of Veilguard is, those people didn't deserve to be canned pretty much right after the game come out. That's always pissed me off. That's a standard in game development, and it has pissed me off for decades. Congrats! You finished your game. Now get the hell out. What they'll actually do is worse than that. They'll actually start firing people as the game is winding down, as they're finishing development. And then when the game finally comes out, then everybody gets fired. And it's like... No, I do. I get it, Zaktav. Absolutely. I just got to decide what I give her in the interim. I think we will give her... I don't know. Shotguns? Melee. That... You know what? I would support that unironically, Dreaming Fool. Hey, congrats! Your game sucks. Get the hell out. All the developers, you're still on board. Mm-hmm. Let's go with this. Yeah, that's true. CEOs actually contribute nothing to a company. So you can just fire their ass and lose nothing. Except for a giant load around your neck. Alright, Liam, I don't really plan to use you much, but... You know, hypothetically, I could see how a CEO might ostensibly have a job. But in reality land, not really. They exist to make money. And there's definitely a club of CEOs, at least here in the States. That's not a joke. There's like a club of CEOs that you're basically born into. And then once you started being a CEO, you just get shopped around to other companies and you continue to be CEO or president. Sometimes you're a VP. But you always stay up there in the executive management branch and you just kind of collect a paycheck and do nothing except for make everything worse. Yeah, it's the good old boys. That's what it is. It is, unironically, very incestuous. Yeah, Reggie was... Oh, God, I forget where Reggie was. Reggie was one of the decent ones, and he still was a typical, you know, person who cycled around. I mean, Doug, the current guy, used to be a executive over at EA. It shows. Alright. We've grabbed a few things. We did a couple quests. Any other quests here? What is that? Who are you? What is that? What? Why is there just a green person? Is there? There's gotta be. There it is. Okay. Legend! Hey! That is a... It's... Okay, so that green person icon is not on the legend. And if I mouse over it, it doesn't, there's no mouse over. No, that's not me. This is me. Right here. Let's go see the Green Giant then, I guess. Yeah, I've got to know who this is now.
Radiation levels within acceptable limits.
even on my compass. Brigwin, when she's here, can help you out with that, Dreaming Fool. I actually physically cannot invite people. Oh, it's this guy. Who are you? Who are you?
Mayor Bradley.
Pathfinder, good to see you. We're busy as anything, thanks to you. Bit dusty, but we can adapt. It's worth it when it's your own.
Let's not drive people too hard. Rough enough getting this far.
Nothing you see here came from cracking a whip. Everyone is just ready. You go do what you need to on the Nexus. Follow that dot. There will be more to do on EOS later. Some key positions: Connor Supply, Ramirez Medical, Abrams Science, Fawkes Engineering. With them and my major domo, we won't end up like Site 1 and 2.
The first 2 outposts didn't have a chance. It was clear to everyone on the ground.
I saw the brief. I'm making sure every one of our people is eyes wide. You changed this planet, but that doesn't make it easy. We'll use the efforts of those who went before. Good people, every last one. I'd have been honored to fail with any of them.
I haven't reached the end of that trail, but not everyone died outright.
Right. They tell me there were staggered evacs. If any want to try again, they're welcome. Oh, and Pathfinder, this is for you. It's our flag. Hang it where the Nexus can see. It's touched the soil of our first outpost in Andromeda. Make it real. Head for the Nexus.
And yes, for those of you who don't remember, or were not around for it, there was actually legitimately a bug when the game first launched that we saw, where animations quite literally were not correct. This is the fixed version that you're seeing right here. Anyways, I feel like doing the only other thing I can do right now, because I'm insane. What? PM Trick? Sorry, I fell asleep and my soul left my body as I was talking to that guy. I will give them credit for that, Bobanix. Again, this was much worse. I've given a few negatives for animations. I would be giving more if this was launch. There it is. I actually wonder what kind of game this would have been like if it had been properly supported. I know I say that a lot about a lot of games, but Andromeda's even worse than usual. This is a team who had never made an RPG before, making an RPG in an engine very much not designed for it, with limited time and limited budget. And we got this out of it.
Above normal radiation levels.
Yeah, there's some solid potential here. And as we've already pointed out, the gameplay axis is not exactly shabby.
Extract minerals via your mining interface.
Oh, right, we're going to start seeing higher hazard levels, aren't we? Inquisition was the opposite of properly supported.
I know what I'm doing. This job didn't exist until I started doing it.
We screw up, no.
Look at that view.
Wow, that sure is a sight.
Yep, it's Utah.
The Outland Spire. You can see it from almost anywhere.
Life support failure is imminent, Pathfinder.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Seek safety immediately.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah, they put out a pretty average game against everything. I know the current score doesn't really back that up, but...
Were these shards of something bigger?
Can't interface with it. Guess we'll never know.
This tech just gets weirder.
No, I want you to suffer, Papanix. I want you to suffer. So that's actually a fascinating question. From my own understanding of the behind the scenes, and you know me, I've studied those games quite a bit. Dragon Age Origins pretty much had a blank check scenario and was reasonably well supported, all things considered. Which, you know, makes sense when you sit and process it for a minute. I did too, Adam Ciuta. It's okay, we're just bathing in radiation. So Origins, definitely. Mass Effect 2 is kind of a weird one, because they were sort of forced to completely change the type of game they were making. But EA was actually backing that one pretty well, so Mass Effect 2 was also pretty well supported. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Be not afraid. Oh, that's a wall. I literally can't... I was going to try to drive through that. Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, that's because EA has spent the better part of the last 10 years doing everything in their power to improve their overall rep. That's not really a joke, either. EA still does stupid, dumb things, but, like, they're so much worse. And I will always give them credit. EA actually goes out of their way to take care of their employees.
The mayor's idea. Because we have to press on.
Politicians, always helpful. Look, the cat set up camp.
I know, it's wild, Lord Aramon. I mean, a lot of people think I defend EA, because I do, but it's not because they're not terrible. They do plenty of bad things. It's that they're so much better than so much of the alternatives.
The Ket just have to make their mark.
We'll clear the Ket off Eos for good.
Reminds me of that poem, Lone and Level Sands.
Yeah, everything's relative. Oh, there's a thing right behind me. I was going to leave, but there's a thing right behind me. Hang on. What are you talking about, Eva? It's right there. What is that? What is that?
Get ready to fight!
Radiation levels normal. Life support at 100%.
1 HP and a dream. You're fine. Walk it off. Everyone inside is essentially cooking inside their own bodies. Unfortunately, I didn't actually find what I was looking for. I think it's in that barrier I can't get through. So, yeah, we're done here. So, this is really, really not like the Angelins. I'm apparently in combat with something. What am I in combat with? Is it you? Oh my god. It's going between the wheels. There we go. Okay, hang on. If I hit a speck of dust right now, I'm going to explode. Okay, teleport now, please. Hey, there we go. But no, it's not just about moral relativism, Mr. Red. Like... I don't know. Ubisoft sucks. Oh, thank you, Giga. That's really kind of you to say.
Levels have spiked, Pathfinder.
It doesn't bother me that the Nomad doesn't come with guns. It probably should have an option to add them, but, you know.
Within safe levels. Life support is back online.
Listen, I don't consider you alive, Mr. Red. Therefore, it is not murder when I kill you.
Leaving Atmo. All clear.
Loading.
Before the meeting gets started, I have bunk assignments for Peebee and Drac.
Already put my rucksack in the kitchen. I'll hang out there if that's okay.
And I'm in one of the escape pods. More my speed.
That's fantastic. Welcome aboard. Any thoughts, Ryder?
Sure.
I don't care where anyone sleeps, as long as we realize what a kick-ass team we have. Let's talk about our success on Eos. Besides establishing our first viable outpost, we did some amazing things. We discovered the remnant and breached their vault.
And didn't get killed.
Overcame radiation poisoning a number of times.
And didn't die.
Confronted by Ket at every turn.
Once again, did not get killed.
You guys really need to raise the bar on what you call success.
Yeah, should we use the Krogan definition of success that got your homeworld nuked by your own people?
What?
Fair enough.
Let's focus. Back to the task at hand. Looking forward.
Exactly. Here's my only question. When do we hit that next vault? It looked active. We have to get on that.
Hang on, hang on. We need to not go off half-cocked.
There are initiative priorities. The team calls the shots.
Actually, the Pathfinder calls the shots, just to be clear.
So what do you need from us, Ryder?
Ugh.
Helios threw us for a loop, meaning we're kinda new at this. All of us. So let's figure out what the rules are now and try to stick to them.
Sounds good.
If there's one thing I know I can do, it's make up rules.
No one said make up rules. Can we please keep anarchy to a minimum?
Okay, let's head back to the Nexus. Peebee, Drac, see Lexi for a physical? Good meeting, everyone.
Okay. That was a really strange series. A little bit, Evo. That comes down to overworld design. Like, I'll use Subnautica as an example. In Subnautica, for those of you not aware, you have very limited resources to explore until basically the beginning of the end game, right? You have limited oxygen, you have limited range, you have limited depth, right? So it's the thing is, despite your range being limited, the actual overall size of Subnautica, the whole playable space, is actually very small. It only takes a few minutes to go from one end of the entire map to the other, and that's the whole map, right? And that's good overworld design, is what I'm trying to say. It does the thing you want the least in any game is dead periods, dead air, where you're just, you know, holding down W and nothing else, right? Yeah, density is very high in something like Subnautica, whereas some games seem to think that open world or overworlds need to be nice, big, vast swaths of absolutely nothing. It's probably the biggest reason. I've actually said this theory for a while. I think the biggest reason why so many people have become anti-open world in recent time is not because they don't like open world games, it's because they keep playing bad ones. And so many developers do not understand how to do a properly dense open world, like the overworld. They don't know how to do something like Oblivion. I'll use it. I know Oblivion's a weird example, but Oblivion's overworld is actually very dense. At most points in Oblivion's overworld, you pick a direction and walk for a minute, probably less than that, and run into something somewhere. I would also put Witcher 3 on that list as something that has a decently dense overworld. There's still some issues with it, Witcher 3, but it's still pretty darn good. But yeah, most are GTA 5. That's another good one. World of Warcraft, if that counts. But yeah, no, like there's big empty swaths of blah, and yeah, Lord knows lots of Ubisoft games are like that too. Skyrim, I would say Skyrim is actually pretty dense. I would actually agree with that. It's not the greatest overall design ever. It has some pretty serious issues, actually. But for what we are talking about specifically, which is just the density, yes, I would say Skyrim actually has pretty decent density. Okay, I said I was going to cut off earlier. Earlier I said I was going to cut off early. This is early. I'm cutting off. Tomorrow, kill me.